Okay, hello everyone. Hi, how are you? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, I hope you're having a great weekend today. This is the 11th of March, 2023 on Saturday. So good to see you again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel today. So since markets closed today, I will be doing some free talk and free discussion about the trade psychology. And I have one question for everyone, which is, what do you think is the most difficult psychology on your trades? What is the most difficult psychology on your trades is the question I wanted to ask today to everyone. So yeah, let's hear from some comments and just move on this live stream today. So hold on, let me just get the memo so that I know what I'm asking to everyone for today's meeting. So yeah, trade psychology, we all know that it's important so that you don't lose big or you don't miss out the opportunities, or you don't feel like you're missing opportunities and so on. So yeah, trade psychology becomes the very key to success. But what do you think is the most challenging, the biggest challenge in trade psychology? Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it. What is the biggest challenge on your trade psychology? Okay, so I put the memo. So let me put this one up on the screen like this. So this is today's topic. Okay, so in the meantime, thank you so much for joining everyone again. Good to see you. Yeah, great to see you as always. So yeah, let me just okay, I think now I'm ready now. Okay, all right. So let me say hi to everyone quickly. All right, I see Alan. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Yeah, great to see you. Hold on, let me put this down here, maybe. Okay, and Master of, good to see you. And Rain, thank you very much for joining also. And Photo, good to see you. And Mario, thank you for joining. Oli, good to see you. And Asif, thank you very much for joining also. JJ, good to see you. Hinata, thank you for joining. All right, Mario, patience. Okay, patience is the biggest challenge for you. Okay. All right. Batna-san, good to see you. And Sinaro, thank you for joining. And Fern, good to see you. And everyone, thank you very much for joining today's discussion on my YouTube channel. So yeah, again, my question to everyone today is, what is your biggest challenge on your psychology, on your trade psychology? So what do you think? I think you all have some kind of difficulties or challenges in your trade psychology. But yeah, today let me start from this question to ask to everyone. Okay, and I start to see some comments, so let me see. Okay, so let's see. I can see okay, Kush, he says, okay, for me, it's closing the trade because you think it's going it's not going your way, then seeing it go in my direction. Okay, so initially you took the trade and then you closed the trade, but then after you close the trade, the market goes your direction, the original direction, but without your positions. Okay, so that's what you think about the trade psychology to be challenging. So yeah, to overcome that, I think we have to take trades with more into the discipline, I think. Because if you lose discipline, then and if you lose the focus on your trades based on the strategies, then you may feel like that. I used to feel like that too, and I think this is something that everyone goes through. Like the market goes up, let me take the trading view. So let's say this is the Euro CAD daily chart. The price is going up, it broke the resistances and now it's bullish. But if you buy now, then initially the market reverse, let's say you buy here and the market goes back a little bit. So at some point you close your trade and then the market goes up afterwards without your positions. Yeah, so this definitely happens with me, but I don't feel it's a challenge in psychology because the exit timing here was based on my rule. If my rule says yes, then I have to do it. I will do it. If the rule says no, then I keep holding my trade. So if the rule says yes to exit, then that's your exit timing. And of course, if you change your strategy to, let's say, exit when it breaks a support, if this is your strategy to break below the support, then you may be able to take all the pips up after the retracement. But I think, yeah, so if the stop loss is wider like this, then the drawdown percentage may be big and you may lose more. So in terms of the stop loss pips, in reality this is too big, but just give an example on this market. You buy and the market retrace, let's say your exit rule is when it breaks the Tenkan-sen. So as Tenkan-sen moves up, market goes back and breaks Tenkan-sen, and if that is your exit timing, then you should exit. Because we never know, the market may retrace continuously and goes down after this. So you avoid to lose all these pips. So there is always pros and cons about any strategies. But this is something that we have to avoid. We don't want to change the strategies. Once you fix the strategy, then you have to follow the rules. For me, because I have my own strategy called KTS, Case Trading Strategy, I name it myself like that because I think it's very simple. KTS is the name of my strategy. I use Ichimoku Kinko in higher time frames, and in the lower time frames I use the Bollinger Bands and the stochastic and some other tools to capture entries and exit timings. But if I use my strategy, then I simply follow it because I know my strategy will make me profits, brings me some profits. And the reason why I stick to my strategy is because I backtested it on my own with all these pairs on my watch list. If you look to the right, you can see the list of the pairs over here on the right. And they are here because I have proved myself that my strategy works on all these pairs. I have backtested it 100 times on each pair, and I proved myself that my PF, my profit factor, became over 5 out of 100 trades on all these pairs. And that's why they are here. For example, New Zealand pair, I don't trade because I could not prove that I can get PF5 or above. And so I tried New Zealand JPY or New Zealand USD or New Zealand Euro and other pairs, other New Zealand pairs, but it didn't work, and that's why they are not here. So I didn't pick random on these markets on my watch list. I have proved that my system works, and that's why they are here. And that's also why whenever it says exit, I will just exit simply. And if the market goes, then it's okay because it happens, I know it happens, and I can always re-enter the market. And on the next trade, the market may be bullish and I may be able to make profit. Or after I exit like this, then I may look for other opportunities on other markets, and I simply select the best pair at that timing and take trades. So yeah, coming back to the comment, closing the trade because you think it's going to your way, then seems is going in my direction. So in that case, you just have to yeah, simply I would advise you to follow the rules, but I think you have to be more confident on your own strategy so that whenever you exit with a loss or whenever you exit with a profit or loss, then you should be feeling comfortable. So that's my comment for this first comment about this. So again, thank you very much for joining everyone. So today's topic is, what is your biggest challenge on your trade psychology? Based on this, we're discussing some, we're doing some free discussion. Okay. Okay, so next, Asif says, staying focused on strategy when some days go against you. Right. So again, there are some days that goes against you, and when I also do the back testing on these pairs, sometimes I have like 6 or 7 consecutive losses on one of these pairs in the Forex Tester, and I know it happens, and so it's okay with me. So this is like how to say, like because I'm confident that if I keep trading in this manner, then I make profits every month, every year, and that's why some days goes against me, but it's just fine with me. So yeah, that's like a nuance I have with my strategy. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, but let me check some other comments. Okay, yeah, Tan, thanks for joining. Okay, Ray now says, choosing a pair to trade when there are multiple pairs trading at the same time. Okay, so yeah, that's another, I think, a good comment. Sorry, that's another good comment. Good comment. Choosing a pair to trade when there are multiple pairs trading at the same time. So which one to choose, right? Yeah, sometimes when, let's say, Euro becomes strong, then we see all the Euro pairs are going up. And when AUD becomes strong also, we see all the AUD pairs going up. So yeah, that will be that's difficult in psychology. But one thing for me is that I only select one pair to trade. I don't take multiple pairs to take trade at the same time. I don't do that. I simply select one specific one to trade. And in doing so, I actually look at the Kumo shape, Kumo thickness, and Kumo length of the pairs that are trending. And also I look at the resistance and support, and also I refer to the currency strength chart, and also look at the 5-minute situations. So I do look at multiple things when pairs are trending at the same time, but then I got down to like just one pair to select. Yeah. So okay, but yeah, I think some of you may have that challenge for sure. Yeah, okay, let me see. Let me continue to check some more. Mario says patience and fear of loss and price decline. Okay, patience and fear of loss. Yeah, so fear of loss becomes, the loss becomes a fear when you can't cover the losses on the by the profits in the future. Yeah, but if you can think of the losses as a part of the process to make your profits, then losses will be fine. So yeah, that's my thinking. Okay, Shokoro, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Okay, JCNK says over trading after profit streak. Okay, so you become overconfident when you make some profits, and then you may overtrade. And overtrading, no matter how many times you trade, as long as you follow the rules, it's okay. But let's say just because the market is trending up like this, you never jump into the market. You have to use your strategy and follow your strategy. That way, you may be less and less opportunities and trades. Yeah, okay, because when you think about the losses and the profits, which one do you think it's difficult? Is it difficult to make profits, or is it more difficult to make losses? And I think most of you would say, making more profits will be more difficult. But in terms of the chance, in terms of the probability, this is actually what the original creator of Ichimoku Kinko says, is that the market goes either up or down, and that's it. Whichever time frame you look at, the market only goes up or down. So the chance for the market to go up and down is 50-50 after all. So you should be having 50-50 chance whenever you take trades, whether it's a buy or sell. So why people think it's more losses than the wins is because of our psychology. And this is actually related to one of the psychology terms, which is called the prospect theory. The prospect theory, you can actually search Google and find some articles about that. But prospect theory basically means that the joy on the win, and also the pain in the loss. So let's say you win $100. Let's say you win $100. Let me just put 100. You win $100 and you have a joy. And let's say on the next trade you lose $100 again. You lose $100 on the next trade. So in terms of money, in terms of the amount of money, this is break even, and you simply came back to zero. So you gain $100, but then you lose $100. So this is basically break even, but psychologically it's not break even. Psychologically you feel the loss. So in that theory, it's usually said that to cover the pain of the loss, you have to have like 1.5 times 1.5 times more profit. So let's say if you lose $100, then to cover that money, $100 is okay. But psychologically, to cover, you have to earn 150. Then psychologically, it becomes equal. So this is the reason why sometimes the break-even trades can be painful, because you're not losing, but you may feel loss because you couldn't take profits, and that's why you feel it's a loss. And also, let's say when you run the profits and you take 20 pips, and on the next trades you lose 20 pips, and then you are break even, but psychologically you feel lose. Same is true when you see the market profits, market turning up like this, but without your positions. After you lose with a break even, the market goes up towards that direction, and you feel loss because you were not there and you could not take that profit. So this is all about psychology. All about psychology. So we have to focus on the numbers, not the feelings or not the emotion. So if you gain $100, then that's $100 plus. And if you lose $100, then that's $100 minus. And emotionally, you have to feel break even. So yeah, that's I think what happens. So over trading, coming back to this comment, over trading after profit streaks, you may have some it may be challenging for you, but yeah, but that's because you feel you lost all these potential pips, and you might want to take aggressively more trades and more profits. But if you keep doing that, then when you start to lose, then at the same time you also start to feel pain a lot. Let's say, for example, another example is that let's say you gain 100 pips. This time I use the pips. You gain 100 pips plus, so you become happy. And on the next trade, you lose 20 pips. Okay, and in your mind, you think, okay, this is just 20 pips loss, it's okay. I still have 80 pips. And on the next trade, you lose another 20 pips. So in psychology, you know you're still winning the market, but in psychology, you start to feel pain. And this is because in terms of the number of the win, it was just 1. But in terms of the number of loss, there are 2 losses. So you start to feel a bit pain, although you're winning the profits. And let's say the next trade becomes also minus 20. So in total, you lose 60, but still you still have 40 pips plus. However, in psychology, I think it will be almost like break even. Psychologically, it becomes like break even because you lost 3 times already and you only won once. And what if you lose another 20 pips on the next trade? You lose another 20 pips. Then you become more pain and you really feel that you're losing the trade. You only got 100 pips on one trade, but now you lose 4 times, times 20. So you lose 80 minus 80, but technically you're still gaining 100 pips, you won 100 pips, so the difference is still plus 20. So technically you're still winning the trade, so you should be happy, but psychologically you feel it's losing. So this actually happens because you focus on your own emotion and you don't look at numbers. That's why this happens. So that's why I say only focus on the numbers, especially numbers that are universal. Like pips is universal, and the ratio, like percentage, is also universal, like risk and the reward ratio, or the drawdown percent, or the win rate. Like these rates or percentages or the ratio are universal. But let's say number of winning trade and number of losing trades you don't have to really care. And also, don't look at the numbers in money. Let's say you gain $100. So yeah, now I change it to dollars. Let's say you won $100 and on the next trade you lose $20 and $20, $20 and $20. So let's assume that these are all become dollars and your psychology should affect more than the pips. Now, not only focusing on the number of losses, but also you start to focus on the amount of the loss too. So you gain $100, but you lost $80. So now you have only $20. So you had $100, but now you only have $20. So even though you're winning the trade, you feel loss because you lost $80 running profit. But actually you didn't lose, right? Psychologically you lost, but physically you didn't lose. So you should be happy. But most of the people says that I lost $80. Well, actually you didn't lose. You didn't have anything, but you gained $100, and then it decreased down to $20 left. But you still have $20. And if you do this every time, like $100 gain and $80 loss, $100 gain and $80 loss, and if you keep doing the trades in this manner, then you can actually gain more money, $20 plus $20 and plus $20 and on and on. And this is the way to make profit more safer in the long run. So yeah, so again, don't focus on the psychology in terms of the money, in terms of the numbers win or loss, but focus on the overall performance in terms of the pips, in terms of the ratio, in terms of the percentage. Yeah, if you start to focus on these numbers, then I'm sure you feel less emotion and less stressful. And I say this because I used to focus only on the dollars, or back in Japan I was using yen. So I was always focusing on how much gain I got by yen, or how much lose I got by yen, and so on. And then that was really stressful in psychology. So yeah, I think that's important things to remember. Okay, so yeah, so hold on, let me check some more comments. I do see many comments, but yeah, let me see. Okay, so let me continue to check more comments. All it says, waiting to set the break-even line is the most difficult for me right now for the fear of not losing my money. Okay. So waiting to set the break-even line is the most difficult for me. Yeah, so once you set the break-even, then you don't lose, so you should be safe. But yeah, until you set the break-even line will be the challenge. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, for me, the game I play is until I set the break-even line, basically, in psychology. Because after I set the break-even, I don't really care. I stay away from the chart for a couple of hours because I know I don't lose. So even if the market hits a stop loss in the break-even, that's fine with me because I don't lose. But until I set the break-even line, I monitor chart closely. And that's the game I'm playing in every trade I take. Okay, let me continue to check. Didier says, if we have to consider the placement of stop and as a psychological traits, I always place my stop loss too close the current price. Okay, so that may be because of the fear of the loss. Maybe you don't want to lose too big, and that's why your stop losses were too tight. So your stop loss is made too tight, and you may only lose very small loss, maybe 10 pips or 20 pips. But if you do this 5 times, then that will be between 50 to 100 pips of losses. So yeah, the stop loss placement should be at the reasonable place, not based on emotion. Yeah. Alright, and thank you for joining. Okay, JJ says, my biggest challenge would be keep to one strategy even when having losing streak. Okay. Yeah, so that's actually also, that was one of my challenges too. Like I have been losing before, like 3 years. It took me 3 years to become a really profitable trader after becoming full-time. So within the 3 years of losing years, I was using different strategies. I kept changing my strategies. Sometimes I got tired of looking at new strategies or buying some new indicators. I was using some paid indicators, paid strategies. I spent so much time and money on research and also purchasing these tools. But yeah, I kept doing it until I found the importance of just sticking to one strategy and master it. Yeah. So we have so many strategies in the world. We have so many indicators, millions of indicators, millions of strategies, and even new strategies are coming up in the world, and it just goes on. So from now until 10 years, I think we will have another millions of indicators, new strategies that seems to work. But I would say that we have to focus on one thing and master one part, one by one, is more important. This is actually one of my experiences when I was working in Japan, in Japanese company. One of the workers there has been working in that company for 40 years. He has been working in the company for 40 years, which is kind of typical in Japan, like local Japanese companies. But then, and he has been there for 40 years, but he was only doing one little thing. One little thing he was doing for 40 years, but he became master of this one small thing. And then he became master, and everybody comes to him whenever there are some issues, whenever we need some guidance. We came to him and ask for advice. So he doesn't do like any other things, any other types of works, but he has been only done some specific job, but he mastered it. And he has been there for 40 years, and he was awarded by the company. And I think this is very beautiful way to work and master one thing, which sometimes we tend to forget, especially when we are free, like in Forex or any tradings. There's no qualifications, there's no like certificate to do, and you can all free to choose any strategies you want to use. Any indicators you can choose for free, and sometimes I think that will create some confusions within yourself. So yeah, I think just stick to one strategy. For example, you don't have to master everything. Let's say if you're studying Ichimoku, then don't focus on the 5 lines together at first. Only focus one by one. Like only first focus on the Kijun Sen and its meaning and master this, and then master Tenkan Sen, then master Kumo, Senko Span B, then master Senko Span A, then master Chikou Span, and master 5 lines together, like that. So just focus one by one. Also in terms of the resistance and support, know exactly when resistance works, when it doesn't work, and how it behaves, and why it works, how it works. You have to think about all these things until you move on to the next strategy. So just one by one. On candlesticks too, like why inside a break works, why doji break works, and how it works, when it works, and when it doesn't work, and move on one by one. So I think this is, we have lots of information, again, lots of information, millions of indicators, millions of teachings. So especially trading is money involved, so we tend to get emotional very much. Whenever we lose money or opportunities, we get very emotional. But we have to do one by one is also really important, I think. Okay, so yeah, let me move on to some other comments. Okay, patience. Alright, TikTok, thanks for joining, good to see you. And Raiko, good to see you too. Alright, revenge trade, right? Yeah, revenge trade can be another challenge too. Right. Yeah, Minchit, good to see you too. Thanks for joining. Okay. Oh, okay, you were answering to my initial question. Okay, yeah. So my question today is, again, what is your biggest challenge on your trade psychology? Right. Yes, and okay, he goes on that I see people switch strategies all the time instead of sticking with one and practicing it. Right, that's true. Yeah, but I think this is something that everybody, most of people go through, I think. Then finally choose one specific rule to follow. Okay, he continues, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times, Bruce Lee. Oh yes, that's right, yeah. So consistency is really important. Yeah, just to add to that, I think what he also means, just in my opinion, is that let's say you kick one by one every day. You just kick once per day and do this 10,000 days. And I think, yeah, that will be more fearful. He will be more stronger, because on these 10,000 days, not every day he was in a good condition. Maybe he was some days he was feeling down, some days he was sick, some days he was feeling happy, he was sad, he was angry. But no matter what psychology state, he has been doing one kick 10,000 days, and that means a lot, because it's consistency. So whenever he kicks, he knows what kind of psychology he is, so that when the similar pattern happens in the future, he knows what to do, he knows how to kick, and that becomes the wisdom of him. Let's say when he is feeling down, then he may hit only soft. When he has lots of energy, then he can hit hard, maybe. But same is true in trading. Yeah, same is true in trading. I say whenever you are feeling down or whenever you're tired, I don't recommend you to trade, because I think trading is, and also psychology is closely connected. So for me also, whenever I have a big day or when I don't feel good psychologically or physically, I don't trade. However, I still check charts every day. But I talk to myself, and if my psychology isn't right, if my emotion is not right, then I don't take trades, because I know whenever I do, and when I make profits, it's okay. When I feel down and when I make profits, it's okay. But the problem actually comes when I feel down and when I lose trade. Then I know I becomes emotional, and I may break the rules sometimes. So that's why now I decided not to trade when I'm not feeling good, psychologically or physically. But by monitoring charts every day, I know how I feel and I know if I'm in the mood of trading or not. So that's why I think also every time I lose, I don't feel the losses, because every time I trade, I don't feel sad, I don't feel like bad. I'm always in a good condition whenever I take trades, and that's why I don't feel like so emotional whenever I lose. Yeah, this is the emotional or the psychological side, except for the backtesting and prove that my system works. Except for that, that's how I manage my own psychology. So yeah, when I posted the video of BNF is one of the most famous Japanese traders. But when I posted his video, and I was mentioning that trade emotionless, no emotional, like trade without any emotion. And when I said that, some people misunderstood and actually emailed me that it will be impossible because we are not robots. We can't really take away our emotion from ourselves, and that's true. That's true. And what I really wanted to say in that video is that of course we are human beings, we're not robots, so there's no way that we eliminate our emotion. There's no way, but we better not to eliminate our emotion, because emotion gives us some creativity and some art, some music. Relationship comes from emotion too. So emotion itself is not a bad thing, but the ignorance of emotion is what's causing some issues. So whenever you're feeling down, let's say when you take a trade, when you buy, the market goes back, you exit with a loss, and talk to yourself. If you still think it's okay, then you just take another trade. And let's say on the second trade, the market goes back again, and you lose again. And then ask yourself, how do I feel? Do I feel emotional? Do I feel struggle? If the answer is yes, then stay away. Don't take any trades. Never revenge trade. Don't take a look at the markets. Completely stay away from the markets physically, and come back after once you become comfortable. Once you come back to your normal psychology, then come back to chart and take trades. In this way, I think you feel less emotion and less emotion every time you take trades and every time you take some losses. So yeah, so that was my comment about that. But Rome is not built in one day. And I think same is true in trading. Full-time trader or the profitable trader is not here in one day. Yeah. Okay, let me quickly check some other comments because time is running now. So let me check. Tan says, watching the market run without my positions. Okay, yeah, so like this, when the market breaks the resistance, but you're not there, you feel you missed it. So that's a FOMO. Yeah, that happens to some people too, obviously. Right. Hello, Alfonso, good to see you. James, thanks for joining. Rajesh, also good to see you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Minchit says, have you ever regret when you realized that your analysis was wrong or entered the entry at wrong timing? How do you manage this? For me, this is kind of, I think, funny feeling is that I never feel I was wrong on any analysis or any timings. Because whenever I analyze, whenever I take trades, I think these are the best timings for me. These are the best timings. So it's like a coincidence, or what we call Ichigo Ichie in Japanese. I made a video about Ichigo Ichie in Japanese, but like one and only situation, opportunity. So I never think my timings or analysis were wrong. Whenever it goes wrong, whenever it goes backwards, then I simply exit. And my exit timings with the losses are also expected in my analysis. So I don't expect the profits trades all the time. I also expect the losses. So either way, I'm fine. Okay. Wayne, good to see you. Blair, thanks for joining. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, I am winning the trades. I'm winning yearly basis. Okay, Doan, good to see you. Alfonso says, not overtrade when I have a loss to try to recover. Okay. Yeah. Not overtrade. Yeah, never overtrade. Never try to recover the losses too. This is also true to, I think, most of the traders, is that people trade in a way to recover the losses. But I think this is not the right mindset, to be honest, in my opinion. Because whether it's become a loss or win is up to the strategy, up to your rules. So you may have some losses, but if you know future profits can cover losses, that's fine. So losses becomes not losses if you think the losses are the part of the process. So yeah, and so after all, there's nothing to recover. Basically, is my idea. Okay, Milin, good to see you. Okay, do you know BNF? I know him from some books and some articles, some videos. Yeah, he has taught me a lot actually in terms of trade psychology. Okay, James, sometimes hard keeping healthy mindset if I have a few losses in a row. Start questioning on ability if I follow rules, etc. Okay, right. Keeping healthy mindset. Yes. So, like for me also, I think even for myself, if I lose 10 times straight, then I feel really bad and I might be down. Yeah. If I lose 10 times straight, then I will be down too. I will be down, and then I will look into my trades and see what was wrong. And I improve my trades and just move on. So yeah, trading is such a lonely journey. You can't really talk to someone with your trades, with your positions, whether you take profit now or still holding, or whether you take the loss or not. You can't really talk with anyone about these topics, with your friends or family, because usually I think they are against trading. Like in my case also, my father was against the trading because he thinks it's gambling, and also some of my friends also. So when I'm back in Japan, I didn't really talk about trades. I was scared of talking about the trades because they think I'm gambling. They think I don't have the regular job and I am not consistent on what I do. So yeah, many people think like that, and that's why I decided not to talk with anyone about trading or that topics. And so I had no traders friends actually. I even had no traders friends in Japan because I thought trading is something that I have to do on my own, and whichever whichever result, I have to take it myself. The result is not by someone, the result is not by the system, but the result is actually all by myself. So I decided to take the full responsibility on what I do and how I take trades, and simply I only talked to myself. So I had no friends of trading, no mentors, no teachers. I simply studied by my own, and finally after 3 years I saw some light, and then I became free and came to Dubai. So yeah, I know how lonely the trading journey is, but looking back, now I think that I really feel good that I didn't quit at that time. When I was losing many trades, and when I blow account twice, there were many times that were difficult for me, but now looking back, I feel I was good that I didn't quit somehow. And somehow I survived, I got depressed, I get medications, but somehow I survived, and I'm still trading still now. So yeah, it's a long journey, but until success, never give up. Never give up until your success. Then you will become success. Okay, so I'm sorry I see many more comments, but unfortunately I have to go now. So I will end the live session, but after I finish this live session, I will look at all these comments, and I will enjoy reading these comments. So again, thank you very much for joining today's live stream. It was kind of a free talk by replying to these comments, but I hope you learned something new from today's live stream. And because the only thing I can do is just to share my experience, my view on the market by Ichimoku with my strategy, and that's all I can do. But if it becomes helpful for someone, then that will be my most pleasure to do this on this YouTube channel. So I really appreciate your participation as always, and I really thank you so much for keeping the chat clean so that I can read smoothly. So yeah, I hope we grow together this way, and we move on journey together. Okay, so thank you very much. After this, in about 5 minutes, there will be an Ichimoku membership live, and today I will be covering the philosophy of Ichimoku through the original books of Ichimoku Kinkohyo, and today I will show some lines about the Henkabi. So please look forward to the class in the 5 minutes for the Ichimoku members. And for those who are joining public live stream, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing a weekly forecast. I will cover Forex and gold, WTI, index, and Bitcoin, and the news for next week. So hope to see you soon. Until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you very much.